Greetings and welcome to Pearls of Wisdom. For today, I have a Dakini Oracle reading for you and a very beautiful message, actually. It is really fantastic when you look at it, what is going on in the world, what I was asking, what is the message for humanity in the moment. Okay, the first card might not look so beautiful, but it's the prerequisite. And you see that is kind of in tarot, that will be the tower. They have some parallels. And you can see that what is flying out of this chimney are eyes. It is not exactly the same, and the Dakini Oracle is built up a little bit differently. But looking at that, the eyes are flying out. It means that we have to start to look at things not in the old way. That's what I say so many times. We have to move beyond habits. We have to move beyond what seems to be real. Because in this false matrix where we are, nothing in fact is real. It is like they have planted a vision, like, especially with TV, television, they have started to build up ideal world for people to believe with everything what is supported with the mainstream, that people start to believe. And once you start to believe, you start to create it. If you know that or not, but your nature is to be creative. And you always manifest what you believe. Now, what do those who control us want? Well, they want keeping controlling us, right? That's the first thing. So that they can do that, what do they need to do? So they need to hide the truth from us. And the truth wants that we are creative beings and we create actually the world. So those dark ones also don't have that creative ability, because the creative ability is connected with the light. So once there is no light, there is no way to be creative. So this is the old house, the old box that we have been in. And I actually just also read another article, which is very interesting, about the wars that we had, especially World War I and II. Is one thing is also to destroy all these beautiful houses and structures that were um, before we started to make boxes of houses, just simple boxes that have no energy anymore. And in a way, when you look at this, and we know also that the false matrix, in fact, has already fallen, but it is being kept alive by the people who believe it, because as I said, the belief manifests. So if you still believe you're there, and if you still follow all the old habits and go step by step as ever before, and are not able or not happy to step into something new, nothing can really change. But since we are moving, I mean, everything is moving, nothing ever stands still, and you know that the time is moving. And well, okay, we realize that, or we know that the time is not really linear, but that's how we perceive it. So we go step by step forward. But think about the book. The whole book has the whole story in there already. But once you start to read it, you have to start by page 1 and go forward till the end. Well, unless you peek at the end first. But anyway, most people live completely like that. And this is the reason why it's so difficult to get out of habit, because we cannot yet see in the future. It's like we are walking or driving whatever on the road, but above us there is something like a helicopter. I call it my upstairs team. You can call it angel or guardian or whatever you want, but there is somebody there, even if it's that somebody, even they have a kind of a body to be our guides. They are separated from unity, from all that is. And they are guiding us, because just imagine again, you're in the car below, they are up there in a helicopter, they see further than you. They see, for example, the whole road. If you go from here to there, they have an overview and they try to guide you, but they cannot do much if you are not agreeing, because you have the free will. And that's what is so important. And this is why this was all happening, that actually Gaia, the spirit of the earth, has agreed to host the false matrix to see what happened. But this has all gone now, but a lot of people still holding it up, and that's what they experience now, because they are finally catapulted out of that old house. They will lose everything what was in a way also their home in the past, the home where you live, what you do, but it's not so much the physical part, but it includes it as the spiritual part. Now, this is gonna fall apart. This is gonna blow up. We have people say we are in the age of Aquarius, is ruled by Uranus. We're not there yet in the true star constellation, but it is an Uranian happening. What is on now in the moment, that we are blown out of our mind and that we are start to listen not just to the program which is up here, the program that we have been in for so many hundreds or thousands of years even. Now this is all falling apart, and you can see here the fire, and the fire goes into the next card here, and even the third card. We have in all cards there is a fire. So once all that is burned down, this is the symbol of Phoenix. This is once you let go of everything, once you let go of what you did believe, then you can move on. And here the symbol is actually here that polarity comes together. The yin and yang are starting to merge. And polarity will never cease to exist as long as we exist, meaning that we have stepped out of unity. But I discriminate with the words duality and polarity. So duality is the judging. It's like when you say what is good and bad, and we have on top good and bad, and then we have the column down with all the two different polarity words. But actually we put up there not good and bad, but just put like yin and yang, or even positive negative has already a shade of judgment, because positive is not good and negative is not bad. It is just both that we need. It's like, again, I said that many times, breathing in and breathing out. You cannot say breathing in is good and breathing out is bad. So we need to remain in polarity, but we need to leave duality, which is the old matrix of judgment. Now, once we are catapulted out of the old belief system, when we leave that brain and move into the heart and the gut, to go with the intuition, to go with the feeling of the heart, with the love. And one very good thing is, like, whatever happened in life, is ask, what would love do now? And not just what would my mind do now, be logical, oh, this person has done that, so I'm gonna do this. This is not the way to move forward. And you see in the next card again, we still have the fire at the bottom here. And this card as above, so below is like, we have find the balance. And here is the heart that we can say, when we look at that card up here, one part is the mind, because the mind is connected with inspiration. And you see here in the background also that something's coming in, and wonder what, it's a volcano again. So this is the fire, the spirit that is up here. And down here we can say this is the gut, and this volcano is exploding here. So it will take away the foundation of the negative thinking, of the duality thinking to center it in the present, in the heart. And we had in one of the last readings was also the centering the present card was very significant. And this is the same story here. And when we look at the whole picture like this, one of the very, very important thing is that we start to observe a little bit our language, because we say so many words. And when we talk about words, we talk also about we spell a word, the spelling. So the spell is magic. So with the words we spell, and with the words we create. So think about it, what words really mean. And I just give you here a couple samples, like for example, the word mistake, like I mistake. So I miss to take something. So the first thing is you cannot have a mistake because the word itself indicated you did not take it. Then we have, for example, what else comes to mind? There's so many words and I talk a lot about them. Or for example, manage, manage. So the manage that has been brought to us is like that we are the manager. The manage is something in business, and the word busy and business. So you keep being busy. That's what they do with you, that you're busy all the time, that you don't have time for the silence, for the moment, for the rest, that you are being pushed forward. It's like also because in the beginning I say greetings and not hello, just think hello. So there are so many more words that we have to look at and have to shift and change. I was actually considering to do a reading about words. Maybe I'll do it in the future, but there are so many. But if you are looking into it, and you know, many languages have that, but maybe a little bit different. I see, for example, when I compare German and English, there are many, many similar words, but there are also words that have a different meaning. So the moment we are still talking, like one of the really big one is understanding. I do not stand under somebody. So at the moment, for example, if an authority asks you, do you understand? Say no. Because once you say yes, you agree to stand under them. So I have changed the word long time ago, the word to understand. So say I do not understand, but I understand, or I comprehend, or I get it. Very simple, I get it. But never ever say yes when somebody asks you, do you understand? Even some people, they just say they don't mean it, because look at the word mean already. You're a very mean person. What the hell does that mean? So just think about it. Think about words. Try to find substitutes. I do that. For me, it's even a bit more difficult because English is not my first language, but I find a lot of words that I can replace, and I have started to do that. So coming back to the cards, to summarize it, what is happening now that the old structure is falling apart. And this is happening if you want it or not. And this old structure that is falling apart also will show you where do you rise again in whatever timeline that you are moving into, where you will rise again and live from there. And the good news here is that the false matrix is gone, the false timelines are gone, that no matter what timeline you will be on in the future, it will be an organic, cosmic, a divine timeline that does not have the deception anymore. And for those who are not ascending in this lifetime, they will be on a timeline that will lead them again to ascension, and not through the challenge of a false matrix anymore. I hope that can give you a little bit insight of what's going on. It's really a very powerful time we live in, and it's very helpful if you start to be here. Don't go on automatic pilot. Try to be as conscious as you can in the moment, then you will also recognize the words, you will recognize the energy, and you will see that your life can change. And this is the good news. You see the card of the as above, so below, the beautiful flower. That's where we are going. Okay, that's it. Please give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you next week for a moon reading. Bye bye for now.